This was good, right? I mean, you were hearing this a while ago, and you said it was going to be good, and it's good.
Yeah, I know, but I'm surprised.
Yeah.
This is far better than what I would have expected. And one comment that Emily said that really got my attention was that half the iPad buyers were new buyers. And this is exactly what I've been saying for the last several days. Please trust the power of the ecosystem, because once you buy these products, you get, I mean, it's like a cult. You are part of it. You're going to buy new products. You're going to buy services. And that install base is not going to be...
Well, it should be pointed out, though, they refreshed that iPad in a meaningful way. And I pointed out because I was one of the people, one of the new iPad customers here. And I had been waiting for a while because all the refreshes they did were just kind of like, they were nothing. And then they did a major one here. It was a significant one, especially to the Mini.
So the fair point is that since you are an old Apple user, you're going to go buy a new Apple product. If the old one, you didn't like it, you didn't go out and buy another ecosystem. You were part of the ecosystem. And I think that's the main thing is you stick to the ecosystem and you don't, go away from it.
The only maybe negative spot here is wearables, home and accessories coming in lighter than expectations. So of course, Tim Cook continuing to talk about record numbers across the board. But there had been big expectations for that because we thought the wearables and the new sort of health and the fitness was going to be a big bright spot. Does any of that stickiness worry you?
No, it doesn't, because you know what? It'll come back the next quarter. The iPhone numbers are surprising. I mean, one would have expected with so much exposure to China and Russia, Europe in general, you would have expected some softness there. I'm a bit surprised about that. Services growth, 17%. I was expecting slow, not, they had guided to about that number, but I would have expected a little bit slower because the App Store revenue wasn't that high according to our estimates.
And talk to us a little bit about the buyback, a $90 billion increase. I mean, that seems pretty par for the course for Apple.
See, one of the things we talked about before also that they can spend anywhere from $90 to $100 billion buying back their own stock and nothing's going to happen to their balance sheet. They're not even, this is just a portion of what they're generating right now. This is not, you're not even borrowing $1 from anywhere else right now. They have excess cash on the balance sheet and we are so far away from then being actually what they call as a net neutral at this point.
I'm curious about the wearables business. I mean, the revenue there, it's not really growth, right? I mean, but they still talk about this business like it's a key component of their overall strategy. Why?
Yeah, but it's again part of the ecosystem. You're gonna, those little tags or the headphones or all these things, just part of maintaining what you already have.
Right, just kind of keeping you tethered to the Apple.
We heard from Tim Cook, of course, talking about the streaming business. I know Apple TV, a nothing burger when you're talking about billions of dollars, but after Netflix, we were really wondering who's committed to this business, and it takes commitment. Are you assured that the Apple TV is, again, keeping me in the ecosystem? Is the juice worth the squeeze?
So this is the thing that we think now. With Netflix blowing up, I think it's really good for both Amazon and Apple because they can spend a lot more on buying new content and creating new content without worrying about what investors are going to say. Netflix will have to worry about giving some margin back, and they can't bet blindly any more than they were before. So it's going to be very interesting of how these two companies go out and gain some market share over the next few years.
Is that organic growth?
Yes and no. They will buy some content out there, but as Tim is saying, they're going to create their own original content and become a differentiator. So if I was to say, I'm going to give you an iPhone subscription plan with some of these things bundled around it, I mean, that's a good thing, and it keeps the platform even more stickier.